Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm Kalikaiz. I'm trying to play Familiars in a new Ponza world, which is insane, but we have High Tide and Familiar to go off and do crazy stuff. I'm playing 4 Contaminated Landscapes so that I can play them out on turn 1 and not get land destruction. Then I'm going to follow it up with Counterspells and Lose Focus. A very large amount of Counterspells in the main deck because I'm tired of this nonsense. The idea behind this deck is we're going to play High Tide and then go infinite with Flicker or snap on Archaeomancer. Eventually compulsive research our opponent, and they will lose. In the sideboard, we have Dust for Affinity, Negate for Ponza Still, Hydroblast for Red, and Ephemerate if I need to play a control game, Thraben Charm for Relic for Graveyard decks, and 2 Faithfuls if we're going to be facing some sort of burn deck, but it seems unlikely. Alright, I'm excited. We'll try it again. I'll see you in the matches. Brave New Worlds in Philadelphia is hosting a Pauper 1K on April 27th. The prizes are going to go up, up, up if we get more than 25 players. Check out all the details in the description. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Round 1, we're on the draw. So a Contaminated Landscape turn 1 would be pretty good. Okay. Keep. So I have a turn 2 Familiar or Lose Focus. They're on Bajuka Bog. Alright, that bodes well for me. Landscape has to turn. Bajuka Bog means not land destruction. I can take it. Basilisk Gate Bog. What does that mean? Okay, Trespasser's Curse. That's weird. Let's go ahead and fetch the lanes. I'll just pass the turn. What's the deal with the Trespasser's Curse? Plays a Limbus. It feels like black-green fog to me. Yeah, okay, it's black-green fog. Cool. So we will have to play the Faithful out on a different turn. We'll take a damage from the curse. Good thing I'm playing Faithfuls at all in the deck. Our opponent plays an Ichor Wellspring. I think I'm just going to counter that. Alright, they play Heap Gate. Plays another Wellspring. So my counter was not that useful. I'll play another Familiar. And then I can't really do anything here, so I'm going to get my dual land and pass the turn. The next turn I can play Faithful Mancer, get back the Lorien Revealed. The one thing I am concerned about is the potential for them to have the Crypt Rats. So I guess maybe I Mancer back the Lose Focus. Looks like they're going to pick up their Bajuka Bog. Alright. Play the Faithful. Play the Archaeomancer. We're going to get back the Lose Focus. Pass the turn. Our opponent plays a Manor Gate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available. Okay. So let's attack for 1. Then cast a Muldrifter. Okay. I think I have to pass here. Wow, they went straight to their end step. That was weird. Fine with me, I guess. Play my landscape. Fetch out an island. Then let's preordain. Flicker and Seagate. Okay, I'll top, and attack in for 3. I'm trying to leave open my Lose Focus for Crypt Rats. They're going to make a treasure token. Next turn I can go Drifter, Flicker, Drifter. They Bajuka Bog me. Let's evoke... Start by attacking. They use a Fog. Okay. And then they activate the Heap Gate. Let's see if I can find a High Tide. Evoke the Muldrifter. High Tide would be infinite mana here. Flicker here. We take a bunch of damage. Get back to Flicker. There's a High Tide. So I can play Faithful. Play High Tide. I have infinite mana. Flicker. I think I should probably actually snap my Archaeomancer so that I can get back another High Tide and then just make mana faster. Untap. Play the Archaeomancer. We'll get back the High Tide. And then cast it. So each island taps for 3. Got another Lose Focus. For the Seagate Oracle. So now I'm just looking for another Mancer. I'll take the High Tide. Play High Tide again. And then Flicker here. We'll draw 2 cards. I love it. Flicker. Now I'm just going to make some mana for a bit. Our opponent's gaining a million life. That's fine. Don't actually care about their life total because I'm just going to compulsive them. But that'll take a little while. So we reached combo time, right? But I don't know if I can actually accomplish this with the sunglasses on. All right. Let's draw some cards. Discard a land. Discard this. More high tides. High tide. That's all 4 high tides. High tide again. And then we'll draw 3 cards. Might as well. Another familiar. That doesn't really matter. Play land. Preordain. Each island taps for 6. Counterspell. I think I want the counterspell. Let's flicker. Make some more mana. And then start drawing a ton of cards. So flicker here. Draw 2. Get back to flicker. Draw 2. And we didn't find anything. So I'll compulsive myself. Since I have islands to ditch. We'll discard 2 cards. This one, this one. Found the Archaeomancer. So I Mancer to get back the High Tide. Or the compulsive, I mean. Then we'll make mana. Let's see. They have 44 cards in deck. We will flicker. Now I have to remember how many mana I need. So I need 2 mana per 3 cards. So that's 10 mana per 15 cards. Which means that I need 30 mana to kill them. Plus a little bit of extra mana in order to... so that's 33. A little bit of extra mana in order to cast my counterspells. We're flickering. Now I have... Let's see. This is a lot easier to do than Rainbow Fams. We'll flicker. And then get back to compulsive. I would like to get the second flicker, to be honest. It would be a lot easier. So let's preordain. Another Mancer. I'm going to bottom and bottom. Seagate Oracle. Can I find the flicker? Is it worth the time? Probably not worth the time. Okay, compulsive view. It's 19:30 on clock. Let's see how long this takes. We're going to go compulsive, compulsive, flicker back to compulsives, do it again. I'll see you on the other side. Oink. So I realized that with the Faithfuls in play, I'm losing a bunch of time. I'm going to snap them back. It actually generates me some mana. I think maybe it's not worth it. Probably not worth it. I'm a little bit worried about the Trespasser's Curse, but I probably have enough life total already. Just compulsive them a couple more times, and then I'm gonna do it some more. So it's been a minute. I've done 10 cards. So I'll probably be at like 15 minutes on clock after this, which is not very safe. I actually should probably get back to snap anyway in case I misclick. So I'm gonna do that. Let's just snap the Faithfuls. Seems like a waste to have to okay through everything. Second Faithful gets snapped. Okay. How confident am I that I'm not going to misclick? I guess pretty confident. Boom you. So while we're in the middle of this, let me show you some optimization. The first trigger is going to target the compulsive. The second trigger is going to target the flicker. This is because the first thing actually increases in size. So you always want to target the thing below it first. That's just a thing on Magic Online where when something's targeted, it increases in size. We're going to compulsive research our opponent and then move this compulsive over here so that after this resolves, we can easily go click, click with not a little bit of, with not very much like time or space between the clicks to minimize the mouse movement. Boop. And then we'll get ready to click this one. Underneath top, you can see that it kind of like grows. One thing we could do here is we could compulsive them and then flicker back both compulsives, which saves a little bit of time, assuming that they have no way to shuffle their deck into their hand, but probably fine. Compulsive. I mean, I didn't necessarily need to do this. I could have gone for like a counterspell lock, but with the Trespasser's Curse in play, it's kind of annoying to have to do it that way. I think I will bring in a Dawnbringer Cleric and a Thraben Charm or something, just to see if I can make that easier for the next game. All right, we'll go ahead and compulsive you. So we win with 16 minutes left on clock. First game took about 9 minutes. We have plenty of time. We'll bring in Oh, I don't have anything. I have the Thraben Charm. Bring in the Thraben Charm. I guess we need at least one Faithful. Maybe we can cut a Snap. So lose focus, probably not amazing. So I'm going to upgrade to a Thraben Charm over a Snap, over a Faithful. I'll just cut one Snap, cut one High Tide, or 2 negates. That'll probably work. Okay. Turn 2 Familiar is good. They might bring in a bunch of removal spells, though. They play a Swamp, maybe a Duress, a Campfire. Okay. Play the Floodplain. They play Black Dragon Gate on red, so they're going to be Pyroblasting me. Gain some life with the Campfire. Whatever. We'll play a Familiar out. If they have a removal spell, they have a removal spell. Play a Lembas. Okay. So I think I need to preordain for a land if I don't draw one. They went bottom. Play a Manor Gate. Let's preordain. There's a land and a Seagate Oracle. So I guess I can top and top. Then we'll chain the Seagate Oracles. If I find a land here, able to take the land. Okay, I have High Tide Snap. I can High Tide, Mancer. High Tide, snap this. I think I take the Snap. They play an Ichor Wellspring. They're leaving up their Pyroblast. Find a Thraben Charm. And get in for 1. Then I can snap and replay my Seagate Oracle looking for a land. We still have Lose Focus for the Pyro. Untap. Play the Seagate Oracle. They go for the Pyroblast. Yeah, I have an answer. So this is going to resolve. We're looking for lands. I'll take the other High Tide. Pass. So now I can High Tide, Mancer, Snap. Guess it sort of depends on if they can kill me here. They have Viscer's Insight. They have Counterspell Thraben Charm. They have 3 mana. What are they doing? Playing a Wellspring, leaving open another Pyroblast. Okay, I have another Familiar. Makes it a little bit easier. Can get in for 1. This means if they Pyroblast my first High Tide, then I can just play the second High Tide and make infinite mana with Archaeomancer Snap. They play a Prophetic Prism. So now they can have up to 2 Pyroblasts. Plays the Trespasser's Curse. Okay, I think we're going to win because I can Thraben Charm the Curse after comboing a little bit. Finding another island's great. So High Tide. I guess maybe we don't necessarily win. Play another High Tide. Play Archaeomancer. They have the Pyroblast. That was expected. We have the Counterspell in hand. Counterspell. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Clicks were weird here. So I have to Counterspell targeting this spell. I almost clicked my Archaeomancer, which would have been pretty sad. Get the Snap. Then I can make white. I have extra mana. Kill this thing. So destroy your enchantment. Snap the Mancer. Mancer for Snap. Snap the Mancer again. And then we're making infinite mana. Combo time. Snap the Mancer. They are tapped out. They can't do anything. Get back to Snap. Snap the Mancer again. Wait, you have to tap the mana first. Snap it. Grab the Snap. Play a Mole Drifter. Need to draw into some cards. Find Landscape. So I guess I just snap the Mancer a couple times for some mana. Okay, we made a ton of mana. We'll play the Archaeomancer. Get the Snap. Snap the Mole Drifter. Untap. Hardcast it. Did not get anywhere. Darn. Bad news. We had infinite, but didn't get anywhere with it. I mean, I could have gone Archaeomancer for Preordain, and then Preordained, which would have got past these 2 lands. Seen 3 cards, really. Maybe that would have been a better call. They play a Lembas. They go top, bottom. Or bottom and draw a card. Another Lembas. So I guess... we find a negate. Play the Landscape and just get lands out of the deck. And attack in. If they have a Crypt Rats, I'm going to be toast. Need to yield to the Campfire. But I forgot to there. They have a Bajuka Bog, which gets rid of double High Tide. If I can find Flicker, I can just draw my deck, though. Slowly. Counterspell. That's pretty good, because now I can counter the Crypt Rats. We'll get in for 4 again. I'll counterspell your draw spell. Then I'll yield to the campfire. And then we'll yield to the Limbus. My attacks are not going to do very much. Maybe I should have brought in the Ephemerate. I definitely should have. Why did I not do that? Okay. They have another campfire. What? Why did you bring in Gorilla Shaman? That was very strange. I don't understand that at all. So my main focus now is countering their card draw to strand them on cards in hand. They continue to gain life with the campfires. My attacks don't mean anything, basically. We have to keep attacking. They have Ichor Wellsprings in play already, so countering it's not that good. Another Limbus. So I was hoping to get some quick matches in before downtime, but I don't think that's going to be the case. Probably going to have to close this league out on a different day. An extended downtime this time. We'll get in. Oh, I missed. Oh, that misclick. No. Full 2 turns. Fanatical Offering. Counter. Campfiring away. Play a Relic of Progenitus. Fine, I have to counter it. Crypt Rats. Counter that. I'm out of stuff. Hopefully I draw a card draw spell. Or a Flicker. Seagate Oracle, okay. We find Compulsive Researcher Drifter. I think I should just play the Drifter. It does increase my clock. Preordain. I'm looking for counter spells. So the Compulsive Research is pretty decent. There's a draw 3, discarding the island. Discard my land. I guess I have to play the Faithful out. Pass. Full attack. Played the Faithful out mostly because of the curse. Interesting. So they brought in the Gorilla Shaman so they could give it Death Touch. That makes sense, I guess. Gorilla Shaman kills my Archaeomancer. They're going to gain some life with the campfire. I have nothing that I can do. Bajukabog getting rid of my Archaeomancer. That stinks. I guess I should just High Tide Lorien Revealed and try to get there. Play the High Tide. Cast Lorien Revealed. Another Familiar. I'll try Preordain. Okay, we have Snap, so that's infinite mana. Play Archaeomancer. We'll get back the Lorien Revealed. Cast it. Another Lorien. So, snap the Mancer. Untap. Maybe I should have snapped the Faithful. Mancer. Get back the High Tide. Play High Tide. We're going to play... I guess I want to Familiar. Makes the Lorien Reveal just cost blue. Archaeomancer. Get back the Snap. Our opponent's probably just going to have like a Weather the Storm to make my life difficult. Untap. Alright, I'll make some mana for a bit. So what I like about this is that I'm using the Snap to return the Archaeomancer. And then I can untap all my lands, basically. Storm is 22. Do they have a Weather the Storm in hand? Probably. Let's draw 3 cards. Flickers. So draw 3 again. Do I have any compulsives left in the deck? Yes. Preordain. We'll bottom these cards. Looks like I can play the Mortuary Mire. Play out the Seagate Oracle. Muldrifter. Okay. Cast a Muldrifter. Now I'm at 46 life, so I'm going to Mancer and snap back the Faithful for time purposes. Snap the Faithful. As long as we'll play another Familiar. Muldrifter. Now I can't deck because I can flicker back the Faithful. I have Lose Focus. 1, 2, 3. I have one more counterspell in the deck, I think. So let's look for the counterspell. Compulsive Research, okay. Can't really win the game that way yet. Because of the campfires. It's just too much time. I don't want to loop their entire deck. It'd be really annoying. And that my Thraben Charm is gone. Flickering to find my counterspell. Actually, I should snap back the Familiars because that'll help me stack my deck. Oh my god, I'm so afraid of this Storm count. It looks like I have no more counterspells in the deck. Is that correct? There's 2 cards left. I have no more counterspells in the deck. Darn. Alright, Flicker here. Return the snap. Turn the flicker. Go ahead and snap a familiar. And then I guess I'm going to attack. If they have Weather the Storm, I'm super dead. But we'll find out if they have it. Storm is 40. You better not have Weather Storm, bro. Seems like they don't have it. They're just wasting time. Cracks a Limbus. Okay. We'll discard, 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 discard. That one too. Bunch of lands. Should have discarded the familiar. Okay, they've got a Fanatical Offering. This is going to be kind of a pain. Except their Bajuka Bog. Alright, I guess I'm going to have to try to compulsive them. Dang. They have a Crypt Rats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. We will lose focus the Crypt Rats. They're passing the turn. Looks like they're going to Stream of Thought me, which is fine. Okay. I wish I had a way to tap down their campfires. So I'm going to flicker, return flicker, and the lose focus. Flicker here, put a creature on top, and then I'll flicker here. Oh my god, I only have 5 minutes. This is just insane. We're going to get back High Tide. We draw the creature, play a land. I guess I can just attack out. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to be able to counterspell them into the ground, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually High Tide them, High Tide and kill them either. It's gonna be, it's just so much. I think I can do it. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. Do. High Tide. Flicker. Get back High Tide. 5 minutes on clock. High Tide. Wait. Flicker. We're High Tiding. We're flickering. I should have just done this before. I wasted a bunch of time. 4 minutes? I'm trying. I'm gonna try it. High Tide again. Flicker. Get High Tide. Cast the High Tide. I mean, I guess the good thing is that even though they'll have cards in their deck, in their hand. Alright. Compulsive. It probably won't be that big of a deal, because they'll put all 13 cards in their hand, or in their deck, but then they'll go into their hand, and then there are... Flicker... 416 on clock. Let's go. Target you. Makes me want to put a Sage Rodentist in my deck. Pulse is currently 64. We'll watch it rise as we keep going. I'll keep you updated. I guess they can discard 2 cards every time, which makes it, like, better for them. Let's see if they're going to choose to discard 2 cards. They probably are. Fog players be like, I'm going to time you out. I'm going to time you. I'll get ya. I don't know if I can actually accomplish this in time. Mostly because my cards are so dang small. Interesting. Oh, they drew into a Pyroblast? Okay. I'm going to use my loose focus on it and see if they want to pay the mana. They probably don't. If they pay the mana for the loose focus, ha! Got them. Now they can't loop their deck twice, and that actually gives me enough to win, maybe. It's so funny. Because they can't loop their deck twice, now I'm going to have enough time. Tisk, tisk. Maybe they have something else. Okay. 36 cards in 3 minutes. I can do that. Bop you. We have to make some mana, though. Okay, heart rate now 53. Wow. Apparently it's not a big deal to me. Get back the compulsive. Send. Right face. So we have to do 20 more loops. Or 21, I guess. Move the stack. I definitely need to move the stack. Okay. Set your windows in the right place. Boink. They're at 15 cards in deck, so we have to do it 11 more times. Oh, wait. 3, 5. I have no idea. 5, 6 times? 6 more times. Alright, it's now 68. They're red on the clock. I hope you're not getting stressed. I think I can make it. I'm not too concerned. I was born for this. I was built in the horrible timeout zones. Clearly I made too much mana though. Spent a little bit too much time doing that. It's all about optimizing. There's an expectation that my opponent is probably going to use a Pyroblast at some point, but I don't think they can because they don't have an open prism. I hope you enjoy having your entire deck in your hand. I know I do. After facing tons of Ponza and continuously dropping leagues here with Familiars, I'm feeling good about finding an opponent who has about the same win percentage chance against me as I did against Ponza. Get back to Flicker. There's 30 seconds left, which is more than enough time. 26 seconds on clock. I'm not even stressed. We're flickering. We get back compulsive. We get back to Flicker. They're going to try to mess with my flow by waiting a long time, but I'm ready. I have good reaction time built up from constantly working on my clicks. I give them the GG. What have they been discarding over here? Colony Garden, Manor Gate. Things went back to my hand eventually after they waited many seconds. Compulsive Research is on the stack. We have 15 seconds left on the clock. Even our opponent has a red timer right now. It's so funny. They use the campfire, giving me priority back, making me okay again, which is fine. Now, if they had done double campfire instead of pyroblasting, I probably couldn't have made it. So, lesson learned. And for me, like, that actually gave me the out. I should have clearly gone for it earlier. GG. We'll see in round 2. Okay, round 2 versus Abyss D. I don't know what they're playing. Last time they were on an Altertron. And then they were on High Tide. This hand is kind of medium. I'm going to mulligan. Okay, we have a High Tide. So I'll get rid of a Snap. And then play the Landscape. And grab an island right away. So I'm just hoping to draw into some card draw. I need 3 High Tides in order to make the Mancer infinite. But we can go High Tide, Mancer, High Tide, Snap the Mancer, Mancer, High Tide. They're on red. Don't know what that means. Thermo Alchemist. Can't win. So I could snap this, set them back a turn. I can also go High Tide, snap this. Familiar, Mancer, get back, snap. Which could be good. Then I can save my creature from a burn spell. So High Tide, Familiar, snap, untap, Archaeomancer, get back the snap, pass. So High Tide was just like a ritual there. We have Mortuary Mire to return a creature. Should be able to take down mono red, I don't know. We have the Faithfuls in the sideboard and a lot of Edge Blasts. I play Voldaren Epicure. They kill my Archaeomancer. They're going to go hard to kill my... they killed the Familiar, and then they're going hard to kill the Archaeomancer. We're going to mire back the Archaeomancer. They play a Reckless Impulse, finding Needle Drop Impulse. So Needle Drop doesn't work right now. They could Needle Drop on my Familiar when I block. That would at least draw them a card. So I block. That's it? Okay. No Needle Drop. We're just going to Mancer, return the High Tide. They discard. What are you going to discard? Thermo. Wow. Okay. Because it just comes in too slow, I guess. Plays a Reckless Impulse. Double Needle Drop. So I suppose they could kill my Archaeomancer. I think they have to deal it to a target that was already dealt damage. So we can just let their creature through and then they Needle Drop face. Okay. So they play the Epicure. Now they can cycle the Needle Drop targeting me. Then I can block though. I'll play a land. Pass the turn. And I'm in an unfortunate scenario where I really, really need some card draw spells. I have mana and nowhere to go with it. They play a Thermo. We'll kill a creature. I don't know what this means though. Does it mean you have a Lava Dart? Lava Dart on what? The Mancer? I'll snap the Mancer. They discard. Lightning Bolt on the Archaeomancer. Fine. They've wasted a lot of resources trying to kill one creature. And at any point I could draw any draw spell. Instead I draw a Familiar. Okay. Pass. Now, the Thermo Alchemist makes all their burn spells +1 damage. Plus it's also going to be pinging me once every turn regardless. I'll block. They have 2 cards in hand. Are you kidding me? I will not play the Familiar in case I draw a Compulsive Research. They play a Mountain. No attacks, because they know I'm going to block. Okay, I'll play an Island. Pass. They ping me. They're passing. They have 3 cards in hand. Find a Drifter. Let's play the Familiar. Cast a Drifter for 2 mana. I still have High Tide in hand, which they know about. They're going to ping me in response to the Drifter. Don't know what that means. Maybe they're going to bolt the Drifter. Bolt face. Okay. So we're going to go to 10 here. Maybe I'm just dead. Lava Dart. I don't understand. They just want to try to kill me. I'm at 8. Why does this have to happen with everything on stack? Now you have Fire Blast. I feel like now they're going Fire Blast. I don't really understand what's going on. Like, if they had the win, why did they pass the turn? Seems they just weren't paying attention. Okay, fair enough. They said they didn't know what the card in my hand was. So just please bolt me so I can go to the next game. Okay. Yeah, they just I don't really understand. Don't really understand why they did that, but they just messed up and we didn't draw anything for too long. They didn't mean to BM, they said. They just did not understand or did not remember. Bring in the Faithfuls, bring in the Hydroblasts. And the Counterspell can come out, I think. Lose Focus, not as good. Negates can come in. We can probably get rid of the High Tides, maybe? I guess I'll leave. I mean, I don't think I need the High Tides. I just want to be regular blue-white Familiars. What if I should maybe cut an Archaeomancer for a Thraben Charm? I don't know. Alright. On the play. Mulligan. I have Hydroblast, but no second land. This one's a lot better. I'll keep. Get rid of the Archaeomancer. And then I think we can just preordain turn 1. Maybe it's better to get the landscape and then... Yeah, I'll play the landscape and pass. We're going to grab an island and then get our duel. I'll grab an island and then grab my dual land. Pass the turn. So I think it's likely that they'll play a Thermo. I would not be expecting them to go for like a Raise right now, but they could be playing Molten Rain in their deck. I'll try a Preordain. Okay, top. That's another Preordain. Hydroblast. So top. And then we'll just kill this thing. Bonk. And then pass the turn. I guess next turn I probably want to evoke a Muldrifter. Molten Rain would be annoying here. Alright. Just evoke a Drifter. They did not Pyroblast it, which is good. We found more lands. I like that. They're at 4 mountains in play. I'll take a draw before I decide. Okay. Let's evoke another Drifter. Just divinations. But I'd like to keep this Lorien Revealed in hand as a real divination. Play out my island that I drew. I play a land. 4 cards in hand. Draw the Faithful. Play the Faithful. So I guess I can cycle this for another dual land. That way I have no tap lands left in the deck except the Mortuary Mire. And then pass. And then next turn, we can play out the Archaeomancer, getting a Hydroblast, and then have Hydroblast backup as well. Alright, they didn't get anywhere. They were banking on that Thermo, I guess, pretty heavily. Let's do it. Okay. I think I'm keeping this. We're on the draw. We have Hydroblast, we have Negate. Our opponent leaves on a Relic. Relic, not that big of a deal. So I will start with a Preordain. Actually, I think I pass. So I have Hydroblast for your Kessig or your Flame Breather or your, Kessig or your Thermo. So counter the Thermo. Donk. They're going to Relic away my counter. Then I can untap and I have some options. I can hold up Negate. Alright, we found Lorien Revealed, so I will go ahead and put the dual land into play and pass the turn. They have a Kessig Flame Breather, and they get rid of my land. So now I can play my Familiar and have a counterspell. Chain Lightning will counter, and they have a Pyro. So my creature's going to die. I'll go to 17 here, and I'm looking to try to find a Hydroblast or a Snap, or a Faithful. Faithful's great here. I guess I top. Play the Faithful. Preordain. We'll top. That gives me another preordain. Is this, how do I want to do this? I guess I want both of these two. Weird to just cycle the cantrips like that. They have a lightning bolt on the faithful, and then they play needle drop. So now I'm at 17 and back to 16. Gets rid of a familiar. I guess I can Archaeomancer for the preordain. So I have a blocker, and I can use the preordain. Mancer. It's a good time because of the relic, I guess. Get the preordain, looking for Hydroblast or another faithful. Snap is fine. Don't think I want the land. Top the snap. I'm definitely blocking the Flame Breather if they give me the opportunity. Our opponent plays an Epicure. We go to 15. They're passing. Do they have another Pyroblast? Let's try to snap this thing. Looks like they do have a Pyroblast. Or they're going to go face. I don't know. They have things they can do here. They have a Pyroblast. Annoying. We're going to Compulsive. Discarding a Floodplain, I guess. And then they relic away my land. They have a Reckless Impulse. Finding multiple bolts, but no lands. Okay. They get in. We will kill the Epicure then. Gets rid of Preordain. We have a Faithful. So play the Faithful. Archaeomancer. Returning the Snap. And then I'm not going to attack at the moment. Chain Face. That's bad. They probably have Fire Blast in hand then. I'm at 5. I'm at 1. And they've got the Fire Blast. Cool. Alright, on to the next. Okay, round 3 for Sailor Moon, who was playing Bogles last scene. I'll keep this. I got some cantrips. I honestly think maybe it should just be like the regular... Let's bottom these ones. Like, I'm not sure how to build this deck with High Tide in it, but maybe it should just be the way it was before with High Tide over the other combo pieces. That's what people have suggested. Kind of makes sense. I'd be sad if High Tide just wasn't the way to go. They play a Ledgewalker. We're going to Compulsive. Definitely discarding a land card here. Discard this one. We found a High Tide. So I have to cycle for the dual land. Play it. I have Loose Focus. Maybe I won't die yet. They have a Rancor and a Armor. We go to 14. I'll Island Cycle and play my Floodplain and pass the turn. Hopefully they play a 3-drop that I can counter. Then I can Faithful Compulsive myself. But maybe that's not going to be enough. Looks like they just have... Okay, Sentinel's Eyes puts me... That's 8 damage. At least I have a counter here. So I need like a Snap. Down Snap. Does that make infinite mana? Or infinite life? Let's see. High Tide. Mancer. High Tide. Snap the Mancer. I think that works. Okay. High Tide. Play Archaeomancer. Get back the High Tide. We'll go High Tide. Play the Faithful. Snap the Mancer. Untap. So this is not going to win the game. Get back the Snap. Snap this. Untap. I have to get to like, I don't know, 75 life and then try to rebuild. Snap this again. Alright. Sort of a combo. In paper, you'd be like, I have infinite life. And then they would have to concede. But not here. I need at least like 3 turns, so it's going to take me a while. So one thing that I'm doing here is I have turned on yield through this turn. I don't have to OK, because every time the Faithful trigger happens, it gives me priority back. And this is slightly more efficient. So I guess I should count how much damage they have if they have a mask. It's plus 8, 9 damage. So it would be 17 a turn. So we really do need to go to like 50 something. Okay, we'll snap the Mancer one last time. Untap. Untapping the white source in case I draw into a familiar. I don't know if the auto yields. I'll Compulsive myself. We can discard the landscape. And then now that I found a familiar, I guess I just go Sunscape Familiar and play a Seagate Oracle. I have another Familiar and a Snap. So play the Familiar, High Tide, Mancer, make infinite mana, get the Lorien revealed. I'll take the Familiar. We're probably not dying this turn. Okay, our opponent rumbles on their turn, finding Forest, Barrens, Armor, and Forest. So I assume they take the Barrens, or the Armor. Not the Ash Barrens. They wouldn't take the land. Okay. Their thing is huge. 14-12. And they have another Ledgewalker. So this turn I'm going to go infinite again. Okay, that's even easier to go infinite now. We'll start off with High Tide. And then I have to kill my opponent. Play the Familiar. Oops. I messed up. Almost didn't do anything. We'll just Archaeomancer. Get the High Tide. High Tide again. And now make mana. And then I'll start drawing my deck. Flicker here. I'm F6ing so that I don't have to respond to the triggers. We'll take Lose Focus, I guess. Mancer, we get Seagate Oracle into Seagate Oracle. The one thing I could do is try and just counterspell them out and attack with all my things. I don't know if it's going to be faster. It might be faster. Make a bunch of mana. Seagate Oracle. Preordain, okay. So I'm just looking for Muldrifters and stuff. Mancer's good. So now I can Mancer and grab the Lorien. Or I can try to just... So this costs 3. I guess I should kill them with the compulsives. I have 2 compulsives in the graveyard. We have a Snap. Okay, I'm going to do it. Flicker here. We'll get back the Snap. Flicker here. I should Snap first, but I messed that up. We want to Snap the Faithful as soon as possible to stop the triggers from occurring. Untap. Cast High Tide. Flicker. I think it's worth actually casting High Tide a couple of times just because it makes so much more mana. High Tide. Flicker. Get the High Tide. High Tide again. And then we can Flicker and get back the 2 compulsives. Maybe my opponent will scoop when they see what's going on. Definitely important to get... Like, the 2 compulsives in hand make the loop a lot better. Target you. And they have to respond to this, which kind of wastes their clock. I think they previously F6'd and left the table, like went away from their machine. So this is actually causing them a lot of time loss. Time loss for everyone. Impulsive again. They came back after like, let's see, 4 minutes. Looks like they don't want to go to the next game just yet. That's okay, that's their prerogative. So we know we need 10 mana per 15 cards. We have to hit them for 39. So 10 plus 6, need 26 mana. And there we go, 27. Now I need to move the trigger windows and stuff and the stack to be the opposite way. So you want to put your triggers next to what you're targeting to minimize the amount of clicking. Target you here. They're probably just going to time out from responding to these compulsives. I almost think for quality of life that I should be playing Sage Road Denizen. This is just like increasing that as an option. It's just too much annoyance. Just boop them. I did a quick check to see if they're a person that plays multiple formats and double queues, but I don't think they are, so I don't know what's going on. Alright, so the last Ghostly Flicker, we got back double compulsive research. I'm targeting them now. They conceded at the end? They finally read the chat. Okay. I don't understand. Alright, so we want our Thraben Charm, our Faithfuls. Negate is pretty good. We got to get rid of the counter spells because they're too expensive. Bring in the negates. So maybe I get rid of... I could get rid of the compulsives and a Snap and play the control game. So if I counter everything, we can just draw and then attack them because we can use the Thraben Charm to kill everything on their board. Takes a little bit of the card draw out of it, but maybe I leave one compulsive, one of these. Let's see if this will get the job done. Okay, I cannot keep this hand. It has no lands, basically. This hand is fine. We have double negate. I can preordain turn 1. I probably have to put the Archaeomancer to the bottom. Our opponent mulligan to 6, it looks like. Let's see if they can complete 2 games in 6 minutes after this. They lead on a forest. Abundant growth. We found a high tide. I'll preordain. Bottom the flicker. I can top the lose focus in case they draw into a creature. They don't have a creature this turn. We can counter their creature. But it's kind of not great. If they have a creature this turn, then I'm kind of sad. They play an abundant growth. Do you have a Bogle? No Bogle. Play a land. Pass the turn. We drew a snap, which is not good. I really need just runner lands. I like this high tide art though. It's pretty sweet. They play a Ledgewalker, so luckily I have the loose focus. And now I guess I have to try and dig for a land. They can't pay the loose focus cost. They didn't have a Bogle before. Found a second high tide. Preordain. Lands are what I need. Can't high tide to win at this moment. We have to bottom both of these. Alright. Didn't get there. Our opponent passes without playing anything. I will pass. They're passing it back. Find a preordain. Raven Charm to the bottom. Island to the top. Pass the turn. So I can be mana neutral with Archaeomancer right now. One more land and I think I can go infinite with Mancer. Play the landscape and pass the turn. I guess I can... They play Glade Cover Scout. Okay. Cartouche is not too scary. Just makes it a 2/2. Sentinel's Eyes is fine. I think I will just counter the Rancor. Make sure that the creatures doesn't have trample. I will grab an island. So I have 4 islands in play. High Tide, Mancer, High Tide, Snap, Infinite. See if that works. We have the Lorien Revealed too. So I can draw or use the Lorien Revealed. So High Tide. Mancer. Get the High Tide. 3 mana. So I High Tide. Combo time. Kind of sweet. Snap the Mancer. Untap. Make infinite mana. Let's draw. Drawing 3 cards. Another snap is good because that means I can pick up the Lorien Revealed. Oh, I messed that up. Oh, whatever. I guess I wanted to pick up the Lorien Revealed anyway. I wanted to say, eventually, if I needed to, I could pick up the Lorien Revealed. But we're picking up the snap. Snap the Mancer. Draw. Floodplain. Okay, that's good. And a familiar. Play the Floodplain. Mancer. We're getting the snap. And we snap the Mancer. Untap these. That means we can play the familiar. And then the Mancer again. Get back the snap. Snap the Mancer. Untap them again. Try the Seagate Oracle. Preordain is where I want to be right now. So I'm looking for more card draw effects. I'll bottom and then top the Seagate Oracle. Play the Seagate Oracle for 2 mana. Another Lorien Revealed. Mancer. And snap. Make more infinite mana. Okay, draw 3 cards. Another High Tide, so I'll play that. Draw 3 cards again. Compulsive Research. I'll compulsive myself. Discard 2 cards. Land. Another familiar. Alright. That means now I don't have to click quite as much. Mancer for snap. Snap the Mancer. So my plan here is to just get infinite of my stuff. Kill all your enchantments, and then pass the turn. With some counter spells. Evoke the Drifter. I messed that up. Oh well. We'll flicker Drifter and Drifter. I meant to have an Archaeomancer in play while I did that. Play Archaeomancer. Get back the flicker. Flicker here. Because I know I have the Thraben Charm later in the deck. Take the other Archaeomancer. Alright. Play the Archaeomancer. Get back. I don't think it matters. Get back a High Tide. Get back a Negate. Let's just try and find the Thraben Charm now. Another Archaeomancer is good. Play the Archaeomancer. Get back Compulsive. Convulsion myself, and then discard some random cards. Faithful. Faithful. Let's look way over here, see what's going on. Flicker. Take the Drifter. Pass the Drifter. Now I have to make mana again. We have 2 flickers in hand, so making mana is a little bit easier. But now I need to move the stack down here, or the triggered abilities. Another Mole Drifter. Oh, I have to make sure that I don't deck myself, right? There's the Thraben Charm. So now, bring the Snap. I want this, the negates. So we're going to snap Archaeomancer. And then make white mana, snap Archaeomancer again, just over and over. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4 enchantments. Snap the Mancer. Mancer for snap. Bounce the Archaeomancer again. Okay, so now we just destroy your enchantment. Mancer. Thraben Charm. Destroy your other enchantment. Flicker the Mancers to get back the Thraben Charm. And then move the stack to the top. Blast the enchantment. This deck is pretty cool. I'm enjoying playing High Tide and Familiars. I hope it's actually pretty good. Then we can flicker. Get back Snap. Snap the Warrior token to untap my plains, or my white source. Then I'll just flicker. I don't know why I tapped for extra mana there. That was dumb. Untap my regular lands. And then I'll flicker. Get back a lose focus, I guess. Let's see. We need the Mortuary Mire, so we don't deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Pass the turn. Discard to hand size. Can they beat my army of Mole Drifters? Rancor gets countered. Mask gets countered. I mean, I didn't have to counter it. So let's just flicker and get back the 2 counters now. It's funny how I'm actually like at the same on clock as them. I was way ahead, but I comboed for a long time. I'm entertained. Play the Mortuary Mire and put a random creature on top. And then we'll attack out. Our opponent casts a Malevolent Rumble. We're going to negate it. So the question is whether they're going to let themselves time out or let me attack them. They said it was an amazing game. GG. GG, opponent. They could have like a fog, I guess. They're just going to attack. Send in the team. Okay, we win. So, Magic Online is in downtime. I might be able to finish the recording on a different day. So, I will see you in round 4. All right, here we are in round 3. This is maybe fine. Our opponent on Ponza again. Another Ponza player not keeping... I guess I just play Island first then. If I can work up to 3 lands, then I can flicker my land in response to the land destruction spell. Oh, Generous Ent. Harbor Elf. Let's preordain. Don't think I need another island. I'll preordain. Okay. Preordain again. Snap Mole Drifter. So bottom the Mole Drifter, I'll top the snap. If they don't blow up my land, I can snap the Arbor Elf or something. They have 4 mana. What a waste of time. Blasting a land. Okay. I guess I have to blast, pick up their Arbor Elf, play the landscape, we'll snap the Arbor Elf, untap, and pass the turn. Maybe they have a 4-drop. Oh, God. Play a Repurposer. Okay. And then they play the Arbor Elf again. So we'll grab the plains. Truly heinous. I will play land and pass. Next turn I can play Godfrey's Faithful and then flicker the land destruction target. If there's one thing I know, I hate land destruction. Except for if it's blowing up Affinity's lands. Boarding party. They find a Repurposer. Cool. So what are we looking for? A flicker. I mean, we need High Tide. They're getting it for 9. Okay, we go to 10. Play a Faithful. I think I have to risk them blowing up my land here and just draw. Discarding a land. I'll pass the turn. So I can High Tide, Mancer, High Tide, flicker for snap. That doesn't do it. If they blow up my land, I'm super dead. Plays Annoyed Allosaur. Finds Utopia Sprawl. Okay, so we're gonna get hit for 9. I might be able to get there. We'll go to 2 life blocking. No familiar. Start with High Tide. I can preordain, try to find another High Tide. I think I will bottom these. Flicker again. So 3 mana. If I flicker here, I guess I'm just going to evoke the Drifter, and then I can also Archaeomancer, snap something. Mancer, snap this. I'll have 4 mana left over. This sucks. I'll evoke the Drifter. Didn't get anywhere. Flicker here. Need to find like a snap. Alright. They got me. They blew up my land, then they played big guys. I play big guys. Let's see. We need negate. 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 Just gonna get rid of the Faithfuls and hope to somehow get there. What's like the worst card? Maybe the snap? Maybe it's a compulsive research. Alright. I have a lot of counter spells. We're on the play. Okay. Keep. Play my land. I've got counter spells and negates. Our opponent mulligan to 5. Once again, this happened before where I had answers but nothing to do. So hopefully I draw some cards to draw cards. They have a forest. Playing a Utopia Sprawl. Okay. There is a Muldrifter. I'll pass with 2 islands up for a counterspell or a negate. Okay. Repurposer resolves. My landscape. So I could get an island, and then I could Drifter, Flicker, Drifter, or Drifter, Snap, Drifter on the next turn. That's interesting. I should probably try to go for like a High Tide route instead of going for the Familiars route right now. Thermokarst, I'll use a negate. Could have also flickered it. They're getting in for 3. Okay, let's grab just a regular island. Take a draw. Mortuary Mire. Okay, I'll just play it. Pass the turn. They have 5 mana for an Avenging Hunter, so definite counterspell here. And now this turn, I have to try and get somewhere. Plays a Relic of Progenitus. Okay, that sucks, but is what it is. They're going to get rid of a landscape. They have 0 cards in hand. They have another island. So I can go High Tide, evoke the Muldrifter, draw 2. Second Muldrifter. Let's flicker here. Now I have 3 mana. I can snap this thing. Untap, untap. Play another Muldrifter. Okay. I've got creatures now. So now I can play maybe Landscape. Our opponent goes for Chrysalis. They also have a Repurposer in hand. Declines to cast it because they wanted to keep up their spell. Let's just play a Muldrifter. Play a Landscape, and then pass the turn. We'll get rid of a negate, I guess, or a counterspell. Probably the negate. Repurposer in hand for my opponent. I didn't want to attack into the Chrysalis. Plays another Chrysalis. Gross, okay. So let's grab the plains. Pass the turn. Gonna die to these Chrysalises. This one is a bajillion damage. Plays a Repurposer again. I need to find an Archaeomancer so I can force the Relic. And I can start blocking and stuff. I'm not going to block this turn. Let's see if they just want to make it huge. They declined. I'll play a Familiar. Let's cast the Lorien Revealed. Draw 3 cards. Play the Floodplain. Next turn I have Archaeomancer. Get rid of a landscape. 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. They're getting in for a ton. I'll just sacrifice here to not die. Got another Familiar. Actually, I can cycle. Let's cycle the landscape. Finding a compulsive. Let's play the Familiar. Mancer trying to get back the Ghostly Flicker. They probably cracked the Relic. Okay, Relic's gone. Okay. Then what do I do? Maybe block, take 3. Let's compulsive research. And then discard a land. It's a good thing that Writhing Chrysalis is still here and not banned. It's been really awesome to have in the format. They have a boarding party, finding acid moss, which if they take out that mortuary mire, that's like the worst case scenario. So we have to block, and block the boarding party. They go after the dual land. I think it's best for me to leave a familiar in play. Block here. So people say that the High Tide is a solitaire deck, but I'm not sure which deck is the most solitaire here. Let's High Tide, Preordain, High Tide Counterspell. Counterspell doesn't matter anymore. I'll grab the High Tide, play another High Tide, cast Lorien Revealed, draw 3 cards, on a Ghostly Flicker. Okie dokie. Let's evoke the Drifter for 2 mana. Oh, and then we can flicker the oh yeah, that's the way. Let's go. All right, so Drifter, and then we'll flicker here and put the draw trigger underneath the Mortuary Mire, getting back the Archaeomancer. And we kill them. Complain and get rewarded, that's what I always say. Okay, we're gonna live through this one. Mancer, return the flicker, make infinite mana. I should really put a capsize on my deck so I can just bounce all their stuff and make their life horrible. But I think that if you capsize an Eldrazi spawn, you lose your capsize because the target would not be viable and then the buyback wouldn't work anymore. Okay, flickering. We want to put the familiar back on top of the deck probably. Flicker here. We'll get back the familiar. Flicker again. Back to flicker. Flicker here. We'll get back the flicker. And then get back the, or untap the plains with the flicker. Preordain. Bottom. Top the familiar. Play the fam. And then make infinite mana. Okay. I want to untap all the things. I guess we don't really need to bounce their creatures necessarily. It'd be nice to have a way to attack though. Let's get back a Mole Drifter. Then draw into it. And they scoop. Nice. I wonder if Thraben Charm could be okay. Probably not. So we have to just somehow win. Okay. That seems pretty good. Keep. We have play the landscape. And then they can't kill it. I wonder if I should fetch out an island though. They make 3 mana. Plays a repurposer. I'm gonna sacrifice and grab an island. Play a land. Should I snap the Arbor Elf? Probably not yet. They have 5 mana. Another Arbor Elf. They're getting in for 4. So the clock is ticking. We gotta find a High Tide. Find an Archaeomancer. Let's preordain. We need multiple High Tides in order to win here. Flicker is good. Lorien Revealed can get me the blue land. They have 4 damage a turn, so I'm on 4 turn clock. They cycle a Generous End. That gets them the red land. They can untap the red land this turn. Plays another Arbor Elf. Okay. 5 damage, or 4 damage coming in. We go to 12. We draw the flicker. Maybe that was a mistake. I wonder if I should snap the Eldrazi Repurposer. Play the Floodplain. Pass the turn. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Our opponent's attacking in. 4, 5, 6. So I need to... I guess I'm going to snap this. Maybe not. Maybe I should snap it on a different turn. Best draw here would be a familiar. Legend Hunter gets countered. I knew I needed to counter that. Okay, so... we will snap the Eldrazi Repurposer. Untap. And then play a Mole Drifter. They play a Relic. Repurposer in hand. They play the Repurposer. No cards in hand. Okay. Get rid of the landscape. Best draw for me is a High Tide. They don't want to sacrifice their creatures. Play another Mole Drifter. Looking for lands. We found a land. Doesn't really work for me though. I'll get rid of 1 negate, I guess. They attack out. So we'll double block the Repurposer to get it off the table, taking 3 damage. We go to 2. We have 2 blockers on the next turn. Get rid of a Mole Drifter. I'm on high tide. I found it. Oh my god. Okay, so does that get me anywhere? I can high tide, play the Arcane Answer, try to get back, snap or something to crack the relic. And I can flicker. Okay, high tide. Play the Arcane Answer. Try to get back. I guess I'll threaten them with the high tide. They let it go. Okay, so we'll play a high tide. Now my island's tapped for 3. I can flicker Moldrifter Archaeomancer. Try to get back the flicker. I crack the relic. We still have 1 island left, 1 land drop left. So I have Preordain. Bottom, looking for a snap. Did not find one. Preordain again. Looking for a snap still. Negate and landscape. I'm going to bottom. Found a high tide. So I have to pass. If they have a boarding party, I'm dead. If I find... Okay, the flicker's in the graveyard. They blow up my land. They go to 21 life. They've gained a life. Oh no, they've gained a life. Let's play the landscape. Grabbing an island. They have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 mana. I think I'm going to sit on it for a minute. Okay, boarding party into Thermokarst. So I don't really care about the Thermokarst. They have 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. So let's lose focus this. Replicate it 4 times. Wait. I replicated 3 times. 1, 2, 3. They can use it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to point 4 lose focus at the boarding party. I lose my land. Found a flicker. Okay. I'll play a land. Pass the turn. They play a land. Okay, I think I'm going to get there. End step. We're just going to flicker. Doot. Draw 2. Answer, get back the flicker. Draw 2 cards. Yes! Ha! Awesome. Round 5. I'm kind of assuming we're up against land destruction again. We're on the play. We have actually a turn to counterspell off the floodplain. So I'm going to keep Jagged Barrens. Okay, so they are playing Rakdos Burn. We'll play the island. Pass the turn. What do I want to use my counterspell on? Probably whatever their setup card is. So if they did something like a grab the prize, I want to counter that. Or even just whatever their setup card is here, I'm going to counter it. Yep, not today. No blood tokens for you. And then we'll play another floodplain and pass. So this next turn, I'm going to play the familiar off of the landscape. Then I can flicker the familiar if they go to bolt it. They have a looting. It's pretty bad. They can start getting out ahead. I don't have good anti-aggro. They just have 6 damage. I guess that's better than a Kitchen Imp, because the Kitchen Imp is repeatable. And they don't have any blood tokens. Bam, bam. We'll go to 13. Moldrifter. Play the landscape. Play a familiar. And pass. Maybe it was a risk to play out the landscape. They're going for looting. Okay, so that gives me knowledge of what's going to happen here. I can flicker the landscape and then crack it, and then hardcast the Moldrifter next turn. Find a Fiery Temper. Will they point at face or at the familiar? They go for the familiar. We're going to flicker the familiar. Any damage they point at my creatures is kind of good, because then it's not going at my face. Okay, that resolves. We'll grab an island. Fiery Temper is countered, essentially. They have a snacker in the graveyard. They could just bolt my familiar right now. Plays Bajuka Bog, so Ghostly Flicker gone. We only have 1 flicker left in the deck. I don't know how good Bog is. I guess it's pretty good right now. Moldrifter. Draw 2 cards. Finding Faithful. So I could have played it. I could have played the island and then left open the floodplain, but I did not. I was considering that when I started casting the spell. They play a Faithless Looting, which gives them a Sneaky Snacker. They also get a Kitchen Imp. So we're going to block the Kitchen Imp if they attack. We need to just keep the damage from hitting me. Yep. So I'll stay at 13. And they pick up the Bajuka Bog. Let's play Faithful. Play Preordain in case I find some way to get the Moldrifter back. High Tide. I'll top the High Tide. Play a land. Cast the Lorien Revealed, draw 3 cards. I need to just use my mana. Next turn will be pretty sweet because... Oh no, they didn't pick up the Bajuka Bog. What'd they pick up? Returning Mountain. Okay. We're at 15. Finding another Muldrifter. We have the High Tide. I guess they could kill my Familiar now. They play Grab the Prize. Gets back double Sneaky Snacker. Snack attack. It's coming in hot. They have 4 mana. Vampire's Kiss to 11. They're going to use Blood Token for a Kitchen Imp. So we are in the clear for my turn. I've got 7 lands in play. I'll High Tide, then I'll have 14 mana. Make it in for 4. 14 mana is a good amount of mana. I can take that. Oh, another High Tide. All right, High Tide again. Let's evoke a Drifter. We're at 10 life. All right, draw 2. Kind of compulsive. Snap the Muldrifter. On tap. I haven't played a land yet. We can hard cast a Drifter. We're going to have to block. Draw 2 cards. Another High Tide. Play the High Tide. Now I can compulsive because I have extra islands. Discard a land. Discard the island. Now I have infinite mana off the Archaeomancers. So I'll play the Sunscape Familiar, which means that I don't have to click the mana now. That's sick. I think there's a lot of potential here, but things just keep going wrong in a few scenarios. Lots of potential for Familiars. Mancer. Get back the Snap. Snap it again. Untap. And jam a Muldrifter. I like to use the Seagate Oracle after the Muldrifter because I already have had the cards in my hand, so I know what I want to be looking for with the Seagate Oracle. Draw 3 cards with the Lorien Revealed. Mortuary Mire, okay. The Seagate Oracle. We're going off. Get a counterspell. I'll take that. Seagate Oracle again. Another Archaeomancer. So we can play a Familiar. Oops, almost passed my turn. Mancer. We're going to get Snap, and then snap the Mancer a bunch of times to untap all of my lands. Untap. I think I'm going to do Yield to this turn so that I don't have to click OK to the Faithful trigger. Start untapping my lands. Mancer, we have 8 mana. Get back the Snap. Snap the Mancer. Untap. Let's go. We have 5 mana left. Get back the Snap. Snap the Mancer. Untap. Mancer. We have 12 mana now. We're going to Lorien Revealed. Draw 3 cards. I'll Compulsive Research myself. Discarding 2 cards. Land. Let's Preordain. I have Counterspell in hand. Then there's the Ghostly Flicker. So now I can just get rid of all their cards. So bottom, top this. Play the Archaeomancer. Get the Snap. Snap your creatures. Untap. Play the Mancer. Get back the Snap. Bounce these guys. Well, I don't know. Is that a lady? I don't know. Bounce a fairy. Snap another fairy. Untap. Let's Preordain, looking for more creatures. We have, I think, okay, so bottom, top the Counterspell. Flicker. And then look for some creatures to cast. Mancer, getting the Flicker. There's a Seagate Oracle. Play the Seagate Oracle. Get on the table. Another High Tide. I'll take that. It doesn't really matter. We'll Flicker. Make sure. I forgot to snap their creatures, so I might as well do that right now. I have a bajillion life. Bounce that. No lands to untap. Just working off the mana I already had. Mancer getting back to Flicker. Another Snap. Let's keep looking. I think I have 1 Muldrifter left in the deck. So I'm going to just take the creature there. We had a Familiar. And that allows me to just put in the graveyard for safekeeping, basically. Take the Lose Focus. Maybe I have too many cards in hand. There's a Muldrifter. Okay. That one Faithful just saved my bacon. What else do we need to do now? Nothing. So what cards do we want to keep? This. We don't want this one. Probably want another land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't need the Snap right now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, pass the turn. No tax. Discard. I guess I didn't need the island necessarily. They have 9 cards in hand. They can just discard the hand size and cast their spells. Pretty funny. One thing I could do is I could High Tide, so I have extra mana. and I can counter all their spells easier. Plus untap all my lands again and get back my High Tide. That's awesome. Our opponent plays Grab the Prize, discarding the Kitchen Imp. We'll counter. I'm going to do the High Tide thing. High Tide. Counterspell. Ghostly Flicker back to counterspell. And then I'll go ahead and untap my land. Counterspell your Kitchen Imp. It's pretty sick to counterspell for 1 mana. Chain Lightning on Archaeomancer. Okay, I'll just flicker it. Turn the flicker. And then flicker the Mancers again. And return counterspell. And flicker. Okay, sure. They Chain Lightning Archaeomancer again. They're just wasting their time. That's fine. I'll just keep on tapping. Chain Lightning does not resolve. Now they're going to pick up their Bojuka Bog. Okay. So we're going to flicker and get back the High Tide. And get back a Snap. And snap my Faithful. It no longer matters. Then get back some more spells. What else do we want to get back? Another High Tide. And then maybe another Snap. We're not going to need these. You could just, in response to what they're doing, just put all your... Oops, I guess I messed that up. That's fine. All right, Mortuary Mire. Get back to Familiar. We'll go ahead and attack. Then I will put the Moldrifter on top as well. Go to my end step. 10 cards in hand. We'll discard... What are they doing? They're just discarding for no reason? Okay. We'll discard a creature, a landscape, and snap. They play the Bojuka Bog. Let me just flicker, cancel. Let's cast the High Tide. And then go ahead and get back the High Tide. And the snap. And then I'll flicker here. Get back the flicker. And then put the... I don't really care about the Faithful, so we'll just untap again. Okay. Yeah, Bojuka Bog. They're going to Looting. Counterspell. Okay, they go to end step, and we just get back to counterspell. So we'll go to 9 cards in hand, play the land, attack with everything, and then just discard the Moldrifter to hand size, and that's their turn. So the reason that we can do this is that Mortuary Mire lets us flicker and just never deck out as long as we put a creature back. I mean, we still have to do 1 damage. Wow, they're playing an extra ping land in this Eroded Canyon. I haven't seen anybody playing that before in this deck. Blue. Interesting. Okay. Attack. We win. Sick. So bring in the Faithfuls. And then do we just try to be a control deck? I don't know that that's necessarily going to be better, but maybe. Don't think we need the Ephemerate. I like the loose focus and the counter spells for their Kitchen Imps. So maybe I just cut down on the High Tides. That's probably okay. We only really need 1 High Tide to win. Raven Charm could be okay as well. I don't know. I think as long as we have enough Faithfuls in play, we could probably win the game. All right, we have a Faithful, so we're going to keep. But we might need to lose focus early on. Hopefully they won't have a turn 2 creature this time. Play the landscape and pass. So I was able to beat Ponza with this deck, which was good. They Rakdos Carnarium. So why don't we just grab our plains. Then play the land. Our opponent plays the mountain again. Faithless Looting. So I think I do have to let that resolve. I mean, they could counter it with the... If I lose focus, they could pay the mana and then just discard some spells. But I figured they'd play the Kitchen Imp here. And I want to counter it. I don't know if they'll have a Pyroblast, though. What's going on? I couldn't undo the mana? Interesting. Because of the way my yields are working, I guess? Luckily, they did cast it. No Pyroblast from the opponent. And they play an Epicure. We have Faithful, play a landscape. We'll grab an island right away. Then I can Preordain and make up for that mana. Make up for that Epicure. So here, next turn I can go Familiar, Compulsive, discard an island. So I'll take both of these cards. And I think I don't want to block with the Faithful just in case they have a bolt. That way they have to double bolt it. And I think I can outrace an Epicure okay. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. They get in for 1. If they're looting now, then they get a Sneaky Snacker back. They play Trespasser's Curse. Okay. Another mountain. I don't think the curse is too bad as long as I can get 1 or 2 Faithfuls in play. 2 Faithfuls is obviously better. And then we'll Compulsive Research after playing the Familiar. They're going to Pyroblast it, or they're going to Bolt the Familiar. We will discard a land, discarding the Floodplain, because this allows me to go Faithful into a Moldrifter on 4, or just Archaeomancer to get back a Preordain or whatever. Lose Focus or something. I don't know that I need to get the Lose Focus back, but that's an option. So Faithful Mancer, get back. Maybe it's just the card advantage. Grab the prize. That's going to deal me 2, and then they get to cast the Kitchen Imp. Sneaky Snacker comes back. Yeah, that's a lot. Getting in. I'm afraid to block again. That's how I do. But now the Faithfuls are going to get me out of range of the curse. They have 2 mana now. Land. We'll play Faithful. Sure, it curses me. Archaeomancer getting back the Preordain. We'll go to 15. And I go back to 14. Next turn, Preordain into Moldrifter. Moldrifter blocking the Kitchen Imp. No attacks. I'll block the Epicure with the Archaeomancer now. They kill the Archaeomancer. Okay. They're going to get in for 5, putting me to 9. I'm going to take it. One more time. Do you have 9 damage in hand? It would be unlikely. If they have Bolt, and something that they can Blood Token away for a Bolt, they discard a Looting. Alright. We will Preordain to lead it off. Go to 11. We haven't seen any Pyroblasts yet. Familiar and a Lorien Revealed. So, I think I can keep both of these. Play the land. Play the Moldrifter. And then we'll try to block, guess, the Epicure. That way I can kill 2 creatures with my Moldrifter. But it'll put me to 8. So maybe it's not the greatest. They went after my Moldrifter previously. I probably should just block the Kitchen Imp. They Chain Lightning it. They did not give me the option. 1, 2. So we're going to go to 8. They couldn't kill me from 9 previously. Go to 7 actually. I might be dead here. The Carnarium picking up a land. They can now looting and discard the land and another card, potentially shooting me. Okay. We have a Flicker. Let's cast the Preordain. Go to 9. Another Flicker and a Familiar. I mean, I can play Familiar and then Flicker and play Familiar again. Actually, I'm going to bottom this second Familiar, play the Floodplain, play the Familiar out. And then if they go for lethal, I can try to Flicker. And I can also block here. So I'll go to 4 life. I can Flicker in response to a burn spell. Go to 6 life. Maybe it's not enough. Looks like they're going to try to kill the Familiar here. Bolt on the Fam, so we will Flicker the Familiar. Saving my Familiar, going to 10 life. They have another Bolt. Okay. So they could have basically killed me if that resolved. So I don't understand, but they're the ones that are winning, I think. I guess now I'm blocking the Epicure. Plays a Looting. They discard Jagged Baron's Mountain. 2 cards in hand. Blocking. We go to 6 life. Another Curse. And an Epicure. Found another Faithful. Okay. So, play the Faithful. I will Flicker here. Go to 6 life. And then cast a Lorien Revealed, going to 9 life. Play land. Pass the turn. I have High Tide as a gain 3 life if I need. If I find an Archaeomancer, I have infinite life. So I would get back the Flicker. They're casting a Looting. I guess if they Bajuka Bog me, I don't know how I win. So that's a problem. They discard Jagged Barons and Chain Lightning, holding on to 1 card. Getting in. Block and block. We go to 5. Finding an island. Play Familiar. Should I High Tide first? No, because now I can cast this. And then if they have a Bolt, I can High Tide. Draw 3. I found a counterspell. So let's play land, and then I have to pass. I'll go to 2 though. But I can counterspell something. And I can also randomly just pop off a High Tide. Okay. They have a grab the prize, pitching a fiery temper. I'll use a counter spell, I guess, on the grab the prize. Maybe I should have waited for the fiery temper to target something. Now they can go after my familiar. We're at 9. Okay. Familiar is dead. This has been very odd. Okay, they know I'm going to block. They're just getting it for 4. We go to 5. Seagate will put me to 8 and then 6. Okay, I'll go to 6 life. Let's see if I draw something. Mancer would be the best. Snap is okay. Snap the Seagate Oracle. Go to 9 life. We untap. Play the Seagate Oracle again. I'm just trying to close the game. I need a flicker. Snap again. Get a second high tide. Snap the Seagate Oracle. Untap. Looking for an Archaeomancer. Okay. Play the Seagate Oracle. Finding a Muldrifter. Play the land. Your turn. Okay, please no bog. I'm just gonna have 6. They get in for 4. No bog. I'll play out a Muldrifter. We draw 2. We go to 11. Preordain, looking for that Archaeomancer. Did not find it. Is another Faithful worth it? I guess I can just top both of these. Play the land. Cast another Lorien Revealed. And then I'm going to F6 and attack them. I guess they're at 37, which is kind of annoying. Attack. They discard a Fiery Temper. What will it shoot? Probably the Muldrifter. Muldrifter down. They get to draw another card. 2 cards in hand. We're trying to race a bog. I think I probably play the High Tide next turn. They get in for 4. I'm at 13. Do they have the bog? Not yet. We have the Mortuary Mire. There we go. So Mire, return the Archaeomancer. I'll play the Seagate Oracle. Or maybe I should just High Tide first. So Faithful. Play the High Tide. And they scoop. Yes. Okay, so we ended up 4-1. Sick. The deck is kind of tough to build, I think. It's just really difficult to figure out what the correct configuration is, and you can see I'm just testing all sorts of crazy things. I think this is the one we were testing today. 5 counter spells for burn. I mean, not burn, for land destruction. More negates for land destruction. I mean, it sort of worked out. This has been my, kind of my most successful configuration so far. So if you do try it, let me know what you thought. And hopefully we'll see a 5-0 soon. I'll see you in the next video.